the Love Family Love Food channel. Today, episode 12, it's getting close to that bonfire time, so we've got to do some parking. Now this parking is one of the best parkings that you can have, and it's a traditional old school recipe. We're talking over 100-year-old, this recipe. Now, it's a bit of a little secret one, so I shouldn't really be sharing it with you, but you know, people need to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ingredients up for you now. And we'll get to it. As I say, it's really simple, really quick. And the best thing is, if you've got an allergy to eggs or anything like that, there's no eggs in it whatsoever. So it makes it really cheap. Because obviously 100 years ago things were expensive. You know, that you'll see from the ingredients that, you know, you don't need a lot of money to make this dish. Really simple. So what I've got, first ingredients, is some rolled oats. Just normal porridge oats, absolutely perfect for it. And in this one I've got some self-raising flour and I've got some bicarbonate of soda. These are your main dry ingredients. And the last dry ingredients is your ground ginger. This is essential, obviously, for your parkins. You've got to have a ginger flavour. That's it for your dry. So what we've got over in the pan over here, and all I've done, I'll bring it over towards you. What I've done is I've melted it down, and in here is just unsalted butter and golden syrup, some sugar and some milk, and that's it. And all we've done is just heated it up on the stove, and you know, that's it. Nothing else needed. If you don't want to use butter, because it's not the healthiest thing in the world, use margarine. Margarine's absolutely fine, and you know, stock or anything like that. You know, baking margarine is great. So all we have to do now is we can either do it by hand or you can do it on a machine. Obviously we've got a machine. That's not the reason we're doing it there. I'm cheating a bit. So get all your dry ingredients in there, so that's your flour and your bicarbonate of soda, and then all your oats. This is how simple it is. Now, ginger. Do ginger to your taste. If for this, an average, just a standard, you know, nice mellow ginger, you're looking at about 2.5 teaspoons. But, you know, if you like it a bit more ginger or you like it a bit less ginger, then that's up to you. So, I'm going to go there for me, about 3 teaspoons. To remember, there's quite a bit of sugar in there, so it'll take away that sting of the ginger. So that is it. That's it. It's literally now putting them both together. So all we're going to do first is just to make sure the ginger and the bicarbonate of soda and everything is mixed through. I'm just going to give it a couple of 2 seconds. That's literally that 2 seconds there. And then we get this wet ingredients that we've melted. I'm going to just pour that in there. Just like that. And we'll just put it on a steady heat because obviously it's hot and you don't want to burn yourself. So. If you want to come a bit closer, you can have a look. If you only put it on for a couple of seconds, you start seeing it starting to froth and start to foam up. Now the reason it's frothing and foaming and bubbling like that is because of your bicarbonate soda and it's reacting with the heat, and that's what makes it lovely and light. That's why you don't need any eggs in it. So we're just going to give it a couple more seconds beat. And that's it. As easy as that. I mean, it's as easy as weighing your ingredients out, and that's how quick it is. So the mixture's there. All you have to do now is get your whisk and just make sure that, obviously if you do it by hand, then it's just as easy and you won't have got anything on the bottom. But if you're using a mixer, just make sure you've got everything off bottom at mixer. Try your best to get it on its side, because it does stick to it anything that you put it on. So I've just got a standard square cake tin. Put it in any tin you want, tray bakes, you can do them individual, you can do them in buns, you can do them in loaf tins, anything you want, really easy. So, all we're going to do is pour that in there. As you can see, at the bottom there, there's just a little bit of flour that's not mixed in. So I'm just going to give that a tiny little mix like that. And I'll just take this bit out of the bottom here. Right, and that's going to go straight into a preheated oven, and it's preheated to about 160 degrees, 170 tops in a middle oven, because you want it to, because it's got a lot of sugar in it, you don't want it to burn before it's set. So if you're going to use a gas oven, I'd say about gas mark 4, and to obviously rotate it, especially if you're in gas ovens. Try and pull it to the front a bit. Now what's going to happen is, when you test it, it's going to be cooked. You want a pretty much a clean skewer, but you will have a little bit of tackiness because it is, obviously it's got syrup, it's got sugar in it, and it will have a tacky texture. When it comes out, it'll be lovely and smooth. You could rub your hand on it, it'll be really soft and shiny, and you think to yourself, well, why is it like that? Because obviously Parkin's sticky. But you leave it to cool, and all that sugar and all that lovely gooiness comes back out and makes it super sticky. So join me in about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and we'll have a see where we're at, and then we can give it a test and see how good it looks. Right now, it's been in about 40 minutes now, so we're just going to have a check, see if it's nearly there. Let's have a look down here and see what we can see. Oh yes, definitely looks done. You can see how lovely and caramelised it is. It smells amazing. So now we're out. So give it a little test. You can see, nice and clean, nothing on it, so that's perfect. So you can see it's got a slight dip in the middle. Don't worry about that, it's only because it's got treacle in it, so it's heavy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out. I'm going to show you how to take it out, and then leave it to cool. So a quick way of doing it is get yourself a couple of racks. Now normally if it were any other cake, I'd say, don't bother getting it out straight away. And if you do want to leave it, then you can leave it for a little bit before it goes to get cold. But the only thing with gingerbread is, not with gingerbread, sorry, with Parkin, or even gingerbread actually, is that it gets very sticky, which makes it sometimes quite difficult to get out. So put your hand on the bottom and then just rotate it all the way around like that, and then it should get on there. Be able to flip that one straight out like that. What we'll do now is just nice and gently peel off the sides. Now what I would do is just release the sides and the bottom, but don't pull it completely off, because you need that bit of parchment on for when it cools, otherwise it'll stick to this. So then you just put another one against it, just flip it back over onto the other side like that. Caught a bit, it's fine that. So put it over here, that's some space. So as you can see, it comes out beautiful, lovely and golden. And now what will happen is, I'll just get this out of the way so you can see. What will happen is it'll go all sticky and tacky. As you can see at the moment, it's lovely and crisp and smooth, like I said it would be. And we'll leave it for about half an hour, and it'll be really, really sticky and tacky. And that's why we're leaving this parchment paper underneath it. We can get all the air can get to it to cool down. And then you can just cut it up at your heart's content, but do wait until it goes cold to cut it up. You can heat it up then after that in your microwave and have it with custard as a pudding. It'll freeze brilliantly because it's got loads of sugar in it. So you just cut it into chunks and cling film them chunks and put them in your freezer. It'll last for 6-8 months in freezer easily. And that's it. It's as easy as that. You saw how quick it was to do. And obviously there's the product at the end of it. It's a lovely, lovely cake. It tastes really, really nice, warm or cold. Just give it a try. Enjoy your bonfire night and enjoy yourself.